In all my time camping as a kid, starting fires was always enjoyable. And no, I'm not talking about wildfires that arsonists just start for the sake of thinking that they are actually saving the planet. I'm talking about campfires, and just little fires in general. Maybe in the fireplace, a fire pit, out back with the boys. But what I want to go into, and not just talk about order and chaos for once, I want to talk about what fire does for us from the philosophical perspective. Because frankly, I haven't gotten pretentious enough yet in these videos. What is less pretentious, however, is this content. If you like what you see, then you better like, comment, and subscribe, because there will be more Media Mondays with Night coming down the pipe, along with other stuff that this channel has to offer. When I talk about what fire does, I'm not just talking about from a physical, material sense. Sure, it warms homes, it cooks food, it wards off scary monsters in the night, but it also lets us erase the past. There's a common practice where at New Year's, and this is something I've done before in the past, you write something down on a piece of paper, maybe something just to get off your chest, and then you throw it into a fire to signify that as it's consumed in the flames, you are lifted from whatever burden was put on the page. And for those of you who have burned your old papers and homework from school, you completely get where this idea comes from. We want to get rid of the past sometimes, and I can't say I blame you. The past can be really, really terrible. It's understandable to want to pretend like it didn't exist, to just discard it in the flames and let it disappear from our being, to see it be consumed in the fire, and to watch it just fade. It's satisfying. We think that we're beyond whatever it is that we were thinking about in that moment. But that's not really how the past works, does it? Sure, you might forget about it, but much like the particles going into the air that you burn, it still stays around. It's still with you, whether you like it or not. And again, I'm not trying to say that necessarily wanting to forget parts of the past is a bad thing. I think it's only natural that you'd want to remove yourself from some past trauma, past pain. And even burning something up, it doesn't really solve it. It's just another way to make you feel better about something that you no longer have the control over in that moment. But you can still take control of the present. Whatever brought you to the point in which that memory was set ablaze, you now have the ability to fix it. Regardless of the circumstances that preceded it, or that will come after, you have to take control of what is happening now. Much like a flame, you have to keep sustaining it. Fire needs fuel to survive. Much like the things that we want to get rid of, the more and more we pile on, the greater the fire will be. But if we allow ourselves to take a moment and stop feeding the flames and just tackle what's in front of us, you don't need to burn away the piece of paper with those horrible things on it. You could just rip it up. It effectively accomplishes the same thing. The only difference is that you know it's basically still there. If you can't move on from the past in an effective way, you're only going to be burdened by it. Furthermore, you don't need to burn away the past. You can simply hold on to it and use it and use the knowledge gained from the past to create a greater good in the future. Because at the end of the day, if you're simply trying to erase what came before you, I'm not convinced that you truly love that which did precede you. It's understandable to be resentful towards the bad things in your past, but you can't let that resentment consume you. We don't touch fire because it burns, and if we let it touch us too much, we'll be consumed along with it. Don't let the fire get the better of you. Fire can be a very useful tool. However, it can very easily become out of control. And when we consume everything in our path, there's nothing left. It's scorched earth. And all we can do is hope to piece back together what once was. But letting it go for too long will leave you in a horrible position. I think that's enough about fire, for now. If you like what you heard, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. Follow Joker P598 on Twitch, because our very own Joker, he does his own Twitch streaming. And it's a lot of fun. He's chill. And that's about all I got. So I'll see you all in the next segment. Peace!